All right, let's talk about the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake. And honestly, there's not much to talk about story wise because it is just really a shot for shot, story beat for story beat remake of the animated movie. I kind of wish it adapted the book a little more because it is How to Train Your Dragon is based on a book, and my buddy told me, who's read the book, told me that it's very different from the animated movie. So that could have been cool to maybe have seen a more faithful adaptation of the book in this live action version, but we didn't get it. It's still a good remake, I guess. But it's shot for shot, which is, let's be honest, at least change something. change some things. Just doing it shot for shot makes it like, animation's not a real medium, and that's what sucks. But it was good. I'm going to give a hand grenade score because the story is the animated story, and it's still a great story. Cinematically speaking, of course, this is a hand grenade cinematic experience. The visual effects are phenomenal. The score is just as good as the original because I'm pretty sure it's the exact same score. The gags are still there. They're still funny, although this one does have a different gag from the animated one because the animated one has twins look like the exact same, and you can barely tell them apart. And then in this one, the twins are completely different, and then they make a joke like saying, yeah, that's why we're twins. And they're like, you are? That was funny. Oh, hats off to that one. That one was clever. I got to give them props for that. But yeah, there's not much changes from the animated one in this live action one, and that's what really makes it hard to talk about. Direction, just as good because it's like they had the same director or something, or part of the same directing team. Crazy. Hand grenade score. Acting is the only real main difference, and I must admit that Mason Thames does feel more like animated than the actual animated Hiccup at points. And so, honestly, mad props to him. He was quite honestly perfectly cast, and the rest of the cast does a phenomenal job too. I just really wanted to highlight Mason Thames because there were moments where he, that's the only real benefit of live action versus animation, is that expressing emotions is much easier in live action than it is in animation. And and I guess they aced everything else to the best of their ability that they can do with live action instead of animation. And honestly, the only thing that this movie really needed is solid performances from everyone, and they got solid performances from everyone. So, hand grenade score. Expectation and experience, pretty good time. It was about what I expected because it was just shot for shot, no changes. And something that I have to admit, between this one and Lilo and Stitch, it's still a hard choice because I do really like the story of How to Train Your Dragon more than I like the story of Lilo and Stitch. But the live action adaptation of Lilo and Stitch at least made some changes that made it stand out from the original. This one does not. It's just live action and kind of like a advertisement for the new Epic Universe. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm going to throw it in the hand grenade section just because How to Train Your Dragon is a certified hand grenade movie, the animated one, and the live action one is just the same thing. So, certified hand grenade movie. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I will leave you guys to it.